Welcome to Tech Hub. I'm Rob Taub, your host. We are podcasting today from the Russian Tea Room on 57th Street in New York City, slightly to the left of Carnegie Hall and a mere 6 minutes and 23 seconds from Lincoln Center, a brisk walk. I have a quote. I usually start all of our WOR broadcasts with a wonderful quote, and this one is one of my favorites. I've never used it before on the air. What is time? The Swiss manufacture it, the Americans think it's money, and the Hindus believe it does not exist. And we are spending time today with Dr. Jeff Gardere. Did I pronounce that properly?
That's absolutely correct, Rob.
I'm looking at his curriculum vitae and his bio and history, and it's about 17 pages long here. And also I'm really jealous because he is my age but looks like 10 or 15 years younger, so that's even more depressing. So
I
tell
think
me
you're
your
being
many
very
secrets.
kind. You're being very, very kind. Well, I would say, first of all, you look absolutely fantastic. You do.
Thank you.
You do. I guess the way that I try to stay young is certainly this whole idea of trying to keep stress to a minimum. I really believe in managing stress and not letting stress manage me. We had talked offline a little bit about you're a practicer of Tai Chi.
Yes.
And I like to say, well, I may not know karate, but I know crazy because I am a psychologist. But more than anything else, I just think it's important to exercise every day, live as natural a lifestyle as possible, and that's why I had become involved with the Stein company and working with some of their marvelous products.
Well, at the first look, and I'm holding one in my hands, Stein makes a watch, and I'm looking at a really beautiful watch that I don't know if I should mention the competitor. It looks like a very, very expensive French watch that Napoleon Bonaparte once wore, according to their ads, when it was made in the 1700s. And so tell us about the Stein watches, which we also, I'm understanding they have something to do with relaxing us and letting us sleep better
Sure,
and making
absolutely.
a better life, which I need all of these things.
Well, first and foremost, the Stein company has been able to get a proprietary process in harnessing what we call natural frequencies, natural frequency technology. Again, as a practitioner of the arts, as you are, I think you understand, as many people do who are into natural wellness, that we're all surrounded by resonating frequencies. Now, some of these frequencies are very natural to the environment. The earth has a resonating frequency. Foods have a resonating frequency, such as plants, such as fruits and vegetables, certainly not the ones that are processed and not the ones that are in the cans. Flowers have resonating frequencies, but most importantly, people have resonating frequencies. So what the Stein company has been able to do is to create a beautiful watch, series of watches, and a sleep bracelet that we'll talk about in just a little bit. And with this proprietary process, they have a metal disc, as you can see, which is inside of the watch here at the bottom of the watch. And this metal disc, what it's able to do is pull in some of these natural frequencies, low-level healing frequencies that are used by many practitioners to heal wounds and so on, but they use the same level of frequencies, and what it does is it redirects the frequencies to our own natural frequencies and putting them more in harmony, being able to tune them better. And so by doing that, many people who wear the watch say they have a reduced amount of stress, and it makes sense when you take a look at the fact that if you increase your resonating frequencies, you're increasing your immune system, you're increasing and have a much more positive outlook and energy in being able to manage stress.
I have a tremendous amount of stress, so I have to wear one on each wrist, going for the ankles, and maybe one large enough for the neck. And how quickly?
I wore one for my neck also, but that was called marriage. But
yes, I had one of those for a while.
You had one of those
17
too.
years. Yes. I think it's the scars are still there.
Emotionally.
Emotional scars, yes, doctor, exactly.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I'm getting a free session here. This is wonderful. So is there a science to this? What is somebody going to call this? Is it like a copper bracelet?
No, it's not like a copper bracelet, and it doesn't work on the idea of magnets as we've seen with other products. And that's what makes this one really very fascinating because, again, the whole idea behind the Philips Stein watch and that natural, quotes, natural frequency technology is harnessing what's in our environment. Now, it's very interesting to point out that people who work with computers, for example, they get some of these resonating frequencies which are not very healthy. So what this disc does within the watch and in the sleep bracelet is to be able to tune in and pull in the frequencies that are known for health. So no, not at all about copper magnets, but more specifically about the frequencies and the interaction between our frequencies and that of the watch or the sleep bracelet.
How long have these watches in Philips Stein been in existence?
To my understanding, several years, and the watches certainly have evolved. There are so many different styles of the Philips Stein watch. You can get something as you see here, which is a sports watch, right down to what I'm wearing, which is called the Signature. Which is a very, very fancy.
It's a dual time zone.
Yeah, dual time zone, exactly. And a lot of folks who wear the Philips Stein watch like the dual time zone, the dual face, so they can, again, manage their time a little bit better, know where they are versus where they have come from. So all of that helps also.
Now, when we met earlier in the green room here at the Russian Tea Room, which is a euphemism for the bar, but we were just drinking very strong water. I thought you were 35 when you told me you had an 11-year-old kid. So I'm dying to try this watch, especially if you're going to tell me that before you were wearing it, you looked aged and old like me. You know, look at the bags under my eyes. Somebody said that my bags are growing eyes now. I got to do something about this, and I really want to reduce the stress.
Well, I would say this to you. First of all, for you to be able to comment on yourself, and I have to put on my psychologist hat, means that you do love yourself and you do have the very strong self-esteem, and I admire that. I criticize myself constantly. Before I got involved with the Philips Stein company, and I'm so glad that I did because that's what it's all about. Their lifestyle and what it is that they are bringing to the world also fits my lifestyle. So I was very much into working out every day, eating foods that are extremely healthy, staying away from sugars, getting a good night's rest. So when the opportunity came for me to be able to work for the Philips Stein company, putting on the watch, which has made a difference in my life because, as you can tell, I do have a reduced amount of stress. I don't necessarily wear the sleep bracelet, but many of our customers who do wear it say that they're getting a better quality sleep. By the time I hit the sack, I have to tell you, I'm out for the count, but it's part of my lifestyle, working 13, 14 hours a day, and I don't know what my life would be like if I didn't have the natural frequency technology helping me with my very busy lifestyle. As we see with our wonderful customers, they are all into natural wellness, and therefore it's a perfect fit for them, if you will. Here they have a watch that not only makes them look good, but it makes them feel good too.
And it looks like a watch, again, like a $30,000 watch. It's often advertised in the New York Times and other finer papers and periodicals like that. But seriously, I do like the look of it. I own about 25 watches, and none of the companies, Rolex, if you'd like me as a spokesperson, I've been looking at the Milgauss, which I would like. Let's talk about your website.
I want you to try one of these
I'm
watches.
going to.
And tell me how you feel as far as being able to reduce your stress and perhaps get you to try a sleep bracelet because, again, many of our customers are saying they just really
And then I could have
it.
you come back and you could re-examine me and we could see.
And we could see whether
take
you
my blood pressure, which today is very high.
Whether you'd be looking younger. But, you know, the thing I would say to you is this, Rob. You said you've stayed away from the Tai Chi for a little bit.
Yes.
And I would tell you, as a doctor, as a psychologist, go back to your Tai Chi because that's what made you the happiest. And that's what we see with people who wear our products. They practice Tai Chi. They're into Reiki. They're into yoga. They're into exercise. And so this happens to be part of their lifestyle. And I'll tell you, this product was the watch itself was one of Oprah's favorite things, and you know, if Oprah likes it, you know it's got to be good.
I wish Oprah was still on and she was plugging me.
Well, we won't
Oprah,
go
are you
into,
listening?
Right, exactly. But 2003, 2005, 2010 are favorite things. Rupert Murdoch wears the watch. Madonna wears the watch. Lou Dobbs wears the watch.
I am a frequent commentator on Fox News, so I am going to look for Mr. Murdoch the next time I see him in the News Corp building. And I did bump into him recently at Maria. Well, I don't want the owners of the Russian Tea Room to condemn me, but it's a very fine Italian seafood restaurant and a place I frequent. Now, let's plug your website. Where do we go? And for you
people,
and for Philip Stein.
Sure. If people want to find out more about the Philip Stein watch or the incredible Philip Stein sleep bracelet, again with natural frequency technology, they can just simply go to philipstein.com. philipstein.com. They'll get great information about our products, but what they'll also get is the mission of the Philip Stein Watch Company, which is about wellness. So we talk about yoga, we talk about Reiki, we talk about aromatherapy. We talk about all of the natural ways that you can lower your stress, get a better quality sleep, and have a better feeling of overall wellness as people get who wear our watches and our sleep bracelets. And we'll also give you a link to many of the scientific studies that we have done to show what is happening with these products and how they are making a difference clinically for some of our patients.
Well, I'm really interested
and some
in
of
the
our
Rupert
customers,
Murdoch
I should say. Yes.
Rupert Murdoch is a titan of industry, and I can only say nice things about Mr. Murdoch here, but he has accomplished a great deal, and that really fascinates me. So I'm really looking forward to trying the product. Doctor,
and reading our blog.
I'm going to look
on
at the
wellness.
blog. I'm going to look at the wellness blog. I need it. I need the therapy. So thank you very much for joining me on TechHub.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you very much.